Morning, everybody. All right. Today is an even more exciting day because we are actually diving into His Word. Starting with Genesis 1. Obviously. Well, it may not be obvious. So sorry for assuming that. But that's what we're going to do. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Oh yeah. Let's read what this T message is. I disagree with this message. But it's pertinent to what we're diving into. So it says, your breath fills you with energy anywhere and anytime you need it. But I know that it isn't my breath that gives me life. It's by every word from the mouth of God that gives me life and energy. So all glory to the Most High. Amen. All right, let's jump into it. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of jumping back and forth between the literal translation and the word-for-word translation. So I'll be reading. So it's going to sound kind of different than what if you read the Bible before. It'll sound a lot different than any version that you've ever read. And I want to do this because I want to capture as accurately as possible the meaning behind each word. So this will take time. It'll take a lot of time. I don't know if getting to Revelation is going to be a long, long journey. And I'm excited about it, though, because we're really going to be looking at this book in a very deep way, which is where I love to be, is where there's depth. I don't like hanging out on the surface. Okay, so I got the Strong's Concordance to my side here, and the book right here, the good book. So Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So right off the rip, what I'm going to do is look at the word the heavens and see what that really means here. Because that's a word that what I've found in reading literal translations is, and compared to different translations that already exist, you'll see God created heaven and earth. But a lot of the times where heaven is used in modern and contemporary translations, it's actually the heavens. So I don't know why scholars decided to change it. See, actually, let me grab a couple of different copies here. I've got the New International Version, and I've got, I think this is the New Living, yeah, so the NLT and the NIV. Oh no, see, I like the NLT because it actually does capture more accurately the original meaning, but this one says the heavens, and the NIV no, the NIV has the heavens as well. But in other locations in the Bible, I've seen heaven used in place of the heavens. So, but that word is 8064 in the Strong's Concordance, and what that means is to be lofty. The sky as aloft, alluding to the visible arch in which the clouds move, as well as to the higher ether where the celestial bodies revolve. Interesting. Let's see what it says about the earth, because I want to see what they say here. And that word is 776. From an unused root, probably meaning to be firm. So there's a firmness. The earth at large, or the earth at large, or partitively, a land. Common, country, earth, field, ground, land, nations, way, wilderness, world. So yeah, the earth. Verse 2. And the earth was without form and empty, and darkness on the face of the deep. Okay. So there's a lot there. Forms, as a student of philosophy, I'm very familiar with forms. That's talked about a lot. What is a form? Let's take, for example, this deck of cards. Now, there's the mental image of a deck of cards, in this one in particular. There is the actual deck of cards, the physical deck of cards, and then there's the form of the deck of cards. And those are all three separate things. So let's see what they have to say about that. 8414 is the numerical index of without form. So there's a negative here. 8414. From an unused root meaning to lie waste, a desolation of surface, i.e. desert. Figuratively, a worthless thing. And as an adverb, in vain, confusion, empty place without form. So this is an adverb that's being used here. Confusion, empty place without form, nothing, not, vain, vanity, waste, wilderness. So it gives you a more accurate idea of what we're dealing with here. There's just nothing. And so immediately after this word, without form, it echoes and gives more power to this idea of what this space is. This earth, when God created it. Oh, and by the way, let's actually go back to created, because what are we doing? We're worshiping our Creator. What did He do? He created this world, this earth. So let's look at that word. 1, 2, 5, 4. I'm from Killeen, Texas, and that's the area code, so. Not 1, 2, 5, 4, but figure it out. Yeah, to create. It also means to cut down. Cut down, dispatch, do, make. Make fat. So, interesting, to cut down. Cut down a wood, but yeah, it means to create. And then, and empty, so let's go back to, and the earth was without form and empty. .422 is and empty. See, this is why I like doing this study here, because what the word and empty means, .422, a primitive root, probably to adjure, usually in a bad sense. Imprecate, adjure, curse, swear. Now, I don't even know what those words mean. I need to actually get an actual dictionary. in front of me. I don't have one. And I'm recording right now, so I can't just, I don't think I can, I could probably stop the video, but then that's gonna, I don't have video editing software. I'm very sorry. ADJURE. I'll put it in the description. So let me go ahead and write down words that we're gonna have to put in the description here. And imprecate. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yes, and darkness. So this is a big theme throughout the Bible, light and dark. Good and evil. There's a lot of binary polarity within this book, which alludes to magnetism and electricity. Some very exciting things. So this is the first mention of that, other than the heavens and the earth. Well, the heavens and the earth really aren't binary polar opposites, but we do encounter some kind of tertiary or three-tiered structure here. The first two there in the first verse, and then in the second verse we encounter our first polarity here. Although people do say that there is some kind of gray. They associate maybe the earth with the gray. But, and darkness. 28:22. The dark. Literally darkness. Figuratively, it means misery, destruction, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness, night, obscurity. So figuratively, there's a figurative meaning to this word, and it's associated with wickedness. So right off the rip, God creates the earth. And it was without form. And wickedness was there. Darkness was there. Ignorance, destruction, death. It was there. So it's almost as if God was looking in a mirror that reflected his polar opposite. God, being perfect, looked into or looked upon. Now, I'm not in any way adding words to his word. I'm simply exploring and navigating the imagery that this produces when you read this. So you have here a space where God is. And by the way, let's actually look at the word God, because in the first three words, It's the third word, 430. Elohim. Interesting. Elohim is the plural of 433. Eloah. Eloah, which is from 410. So, and that is from, and that means strength, the Almighty, God. So El. So a deity or the deity, God. Going back to 430, the supreme God. Occasionally applied by way of deference to magistrates, and sometimes a superlative. So yeah, there's the supreme deity is there in the beginning. With his creation that is without form. And that is impricate, whatever that means. And darkness is there. On the face of the deep. So what does it mean to be on the face of the deep? These are two words. The face of 6440. Panim. Or Panne. It's from 6437. The face. As the part that turns. Used in a great variety of applications. So there's a lot of different meanings here. Let's look at 6437, which is where it's from. To turn. By implication, to face. Appear, look. So, it's this thing that turns and appears look and look. Tide, behold, cast out, come on, corner, dawning, empty, go away, lie, look, mark, pass away, prepare, regard, have respect, turn, aside, away, back, face, self. So there's this turning that's going on. We're seeing this turning, or really going that way. And darkness looked or turned on the deep. 84:15. Tehome. It's from 1949. An abyss, as a surging mass of water, especially the deep, the main sea, or the subterranean water supply, deep place, depth. Okay. Interesting. One of my favorite people on the planet Earth produced this work here. I'm going to share it. Please forgive me if you didn't intend for me to share this or you didn't want me to share this. Please forgive me. But this is highly, highly relevant. And it's this painting . We'll get to that. I want to put this up somewhere. Let's see if I can balance it here. No, that's not going to balance. Okay. Let's continue on. And the Spirit of God, moving gently on the face of the waters. This individual who made this has a very pure heart. And she knows a lot more than what she leads on and leads others to recognize. But I recognize this painting has just become so profound. And this painting was made we spent some time painting over paintings that were made in the past, kind of washing over it and making things anew. And this is what she decided to paint. Now this individual, I've never seen her open up a Bible. She's somewhat of a mystery to me, although I've spent a great amount of time with her. Still a mystery to me. But the fact that she chose to paint that is profound to me. Because that's what that is. She decided to paint the Spirit of God moving gently on the face of the waters. Now let's look at these words here. And the Spirit. By the way, this is verse 3. So it starts with and the Spirit of. Oh, my apologies. No, it's not the start of verse 3. This is just midway through verse 2. So, 7307. Ooh. Ruach from 7306. God is so perfect. A primitive root, so the 7306, which is what 7307 is from, which is the exact same word. I mean, there is no difference between 7306 and 7307 as far as the writing of the Hebrew word itself. Eventually I'm going to get a whiteboard behind here so that I can start writing the Hebrew words so you can see them, because that is relevant. These are the words that were written. Both 7306 and 7307 are ruach. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing these words wrong. I will be better to pronounce these words correctly if I'm pronouncing them incorrectly. But ruach means properly to blow, i.e. breathe. Or only literally to smell, or by implication perceive, figuratively to anticipate, enjoy, accept, smell, touch, make of quick understanding. Now that's 7306. 7307, wind, by resemblance, breath, i.e. a sensible or even violent exaltation, figuratively life, anger, unsustainability, by extension a region of the sky, by resemblance spirit, but only of a rational being, including its expression and functions. So air, anger, blast, breath, cool, courage, mind, quarter, side, spirit, tempest, vein. So that is, and the spirit of, that's that word. So mind you, we only have here God, the heavens, the earth, and a turning abyss. A rotating, I don't want to say rotating, but a turning abyss. And we have the Spirit of God. And again, God, the supreme deity. 430 is used there again for God. Moving gently. 7363. To brood, by implication, to be relaxed, flutter, move, shake. So it's, it's vibrating. The Spirit of God is vibrating. But it's doing so gently. I don't know where it got the word gently, though. Oh, wait. Maybe, I'm sorry. 7363. Yeah, that's what it means. So, flutter, move, shake. But by implication, to be relaxed. Rakaf. To brood. That's another interesting word. To brood. I don't know what that means. By the way, if you're watching and you're still here, hit the like button, please. Because I'm learning with y'all. This is just as much an exploration of his word and discovery of his word in real time for me as it is for you. So I really do hope you're getting some value out of this, because this is how I like to consume his bread, his manna, with great intention and careful study. It's how I practice reverence. It's how I practice faithful obedience to seeking him. So we have on the face again, moving gently on this turning of the abyss. And for the first time we have the waters. This is plural, the waters. And that ends verse 2 right there. 42:25 is the waters. And it's from 2266, a junction, i.e. seam or sewed piece, coupling. Coupling. Where else do we see the term coupling? We see it a lot in the study of electricity. There's a coupling. So far, we haven't seen what it would be coupled with, but moving forward, we will see that. But I'm going to end the video here on a cliffhanger and see what is the Spirit of God, which is brooding, or in a relaxed manner, shaking. On this junction. At this coupling. The Spirit of God is vibrating at a junction. And I use the word vibrating because what is to shake other than to vibrate? All right, well, I will see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.